Hey there, this is Spud Jones again, my wife Sheena Jones, and our little doodle poodle, Tessa Jones. And we're just going to piggyback a little bit off of our introductory video. And what we're going to talk about today is a little bit more of how did we go from myself, leaving my W-2 job, and Sheena herself leaving her W-2 job in order for us to purchase a business in which we did and build from there. So Sheena, would you like to give them a little kickoff of like what we did and how we met and all that?
Yeah, so we met in spring 2019,
Yeah.
and I was traveling quite a bit for work. I was at a accounting firm doing taxes, working a ton, thinking about next steps, but also really interested in real estate and investing. And I was also looking to buy a house, and I really wanted a house hack. That was the big term. And that's where someone else is helping you pay for your mortgage. And so got a split family house and turned it into like a short-term rental. With a basement unit, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. We put in a kitchen together. That was our first introduction to remodeling, working on that together by putting in a little kitchenette and getting that set up and rented out so that we could start saving income. All the time I started taking on clients and who were real estate investors and realtors in the area. And so I got into a Facebook group where I found first wholesale deal, and it was a house I bought for $60,000. Used a hard money loan and got funds. I did 20% down, and I got all the improvement costs were then through the hard money lender. And that really kicked off our journey as we started learning all the things to learn about investing in real estate and working with contractors and learning a lot of skills on remodeling ourselves. So yeah, what'd you learn there?
So basically how it worked out was when we did the first house hack of the house Sheena had, we did the little kitchenette, we built the wall upstairs. That way we put a renter downstairs. He started paying the mortgage. When Sheena found that other house wholesale up in a little town called Wallace, Idaho, we actually went in there, and that house, it was something that the bank would not loan on, so that's why we went the wholesale route. She found the deal, she dealt with the financials, then once again, bronze, I came in with the hammer, and then we took the whole thing all the way down to the studs. And it was about 8 months, and we did everything from drywall, insulation, siding, roofing.
Well, that first one, though, I will interrupt. The first one,
Yeah.
The contractors did it.
Yeah,
Right.
we did a lot with it too, but we
that.
also worked with some contractors, and we realized that there's a better way to go about it. We can also save money, but we got that house up on the market, and during that time too, we found the house next door was wanting to be sold. And Sheena, how did you find that one?
Well, the property manager said, "You're buying houses?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I am." And that's how house number 3 came along. There were renters in there, and the property manager said, "What do you want to buy it for?" And I was like, "Well, what do they want to sell it for?" And that one bought for $60,000, much smaller. We called it the little house, and the first house was the big house because it was a 5-bedroom, 2-bath house. So that one took a while with renters to get them out, but that's where we turned a lot of the ups and downs we learned on the first house, first wholesale house, remodeling, working with contractors who ended up splitting up because fighting amongst themselves for money made things very challenging. Police were almost called. It was just one thing after another, and so both of them wanted the new project but did not want it together. So we decided
We would do it together.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
only thing we subbed out was electrical and plumbing, which always recommend that because
Oh, and the roofing on that one.
and roofing,
And
yes,
roofing.
yeah. So that first house, the first house that we lived in, we still own and has a long-term renter in now. That second house, the big house, we call it, purchased for $60,000, put in quite a bit, over $200,000 in costs into it when all is said and done, but sold it for $385,000. So made a pretty good profit on it. And that second house bought for $60,000, and we still own it. And did a BRRRR on that one. So we did a cash out refinance and used the funds from that and bought a condo down in Florida, which is a vacation rental. We don't get to vacation there as much as we'd like, but it does great on Airbnb. It's right on the water, Panama City Beach, and people love it there. We love to go visit and take care of that. So that's how we kept snowballing our properties and learning from each one and doing a lot ourselves and watching a lot of videos to see how to do it. Yeah, like I said, we still have that little house that is on the market right now for sale, and the funds from those joint ones as well we took to put towards our down payment on the venue, which was a 10% down payment on the business itself. And that's how we kind of brought all our pieces together to start this, where we did seller financing. Because every part of it, besides that first house, has been creative financing. The condo, seller financed. Those two second and third houses were hard money loans. And so we got really comfortable, I would say, with that. But we have to say, you got to be careful no matter what. That's something where we learned too. Some valuable lessons is always doing your due diligence.
No matter whether, when it comes to due diligence, you got to know who you're buying from. You got to know what's going on with the house. Is that property even worth doing owner financing on? And just basically cross every T and dot every I. Become the gumshoe you really are and investigate everything possible, because you never know what's going to come out of the closet sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be what we're going to be talking about in future videos, is our insight on due diligence, because I would say some things we probably took for granted a bit too with residential properties, that even though they are residential, they're business properties, very, very different from a commercial business. There's so many more things to keep track of. The insurance is different. The inspections are different, the due diligence is different, the banking and financing is different in a lot of ways too. And so those are things we're going to continue bringing you as we help make this process better for those looking to buy their first venue or are in it and wanting help going forward.
Good. Well, thanks guys for watching this one, and stay tuned, and we look forward to seeing you guys.